This is Steve Ridgel, and it's about to be Christmas. And I wanted to remind you of a few people that sometimes we remember at Christmas, but sometimes if it doesn't affect us directly, we kind of forget about these people. And so I want to mention some people that I want you to be mindful of this Christmas. Maybe they're in your family, maybe they're in someone you know, but we ought to think about these. One is the people that have empty chairs at Christmas. I've got good friends who lost loved ones this year. They've got a parent who's not going to be around the table. They've got a mate that they're not going to go visit on Christmas or is not going to be there. Some children, sometimes it's really good friends, but somebody that's been part of the Christmas gathering is not there. Now, if they're believers, they have the hope of heaven and it gives them some comfort at this time of year, but it's still an empty chair and you still miss them. And some, I would even tell you this, it's not just the first time the chair is empty. There are people that every Christmas, now for 5 or 10 years, it's been hard. So be a little mindful of the people who are missing someone who's not there for their Christmas. But also, I want you to be mindful of the people that are adding new chairs to their family. There are families around the table this Christmas who are adding a son-in-law, or their mom got remarried, or there's a new baby, or there's someone that's become close to their family they've invited into the circle. Now, I'm going to tell you that's a great time to celebrate, and I'm glad families expand at Christmas, but I'm also going to tell you sometimes that's a little tough. I mean, the poor in-law who shows up in the family and doesn't know all the jokes yet and doesn't know the ins and outs and not sure what the procedure for everything is, that can be difficult and hard. So I'm mindful of the empty chairs, but I'm also mindful of the new chairs. I'm mindful this time of year for people that don't get to celebrate Christmas when everybody else does. I mean, people like policemen, nurses. We're juggling some of our family stuff because our girl's nurse. Well, that changes things. They can't be at everything because somebody has got to be at that hospital. Somebody's got to patrol the streets. Somebody's got to fix the food at the restaurants that stay open. And everybody doesn't get to be with their family all the time at Christmas. So I'm mindful of those people, but also want you to know I appreciate those people. Our daughter won't be at all the Christmas stuff because she works some. She works in a NICU unit at our local hospital. Well, somebody's baby is going to be held and taken care of because my daughter gave up part of Christmas. Well, lots of other nurses do that, lots of other service kind of people. So I appreciate them. I want to give a shout out to the workers. We host a lot of Christmas stuff and we do a lot of stuff, and everybody says, boy, aren't you great? And I'm going to go ahead and be honest. Everybody that knows us knows Marcia's 90% of that. My wife, she does 90% of the cooking. She does 90% of the cleaning. She does most of the work. It's not that I don't help, but she says, you got other stuff you've got to get done. I can do this. She's good at it. And trust me, you'd much rather her do most of the cooking than me. And our girls do help. They bring stuff, and everybody that comes to our house, we're a family of helpers. So lots of people help and clean up, and we get a lot of that done. But still, I'm appreciative of whoever it is that's basting the turkey, frying the turkey, cooking the sides, making the desserts, picking up the house, rearranging the furniture. I appreciate the people that are driving. I know a lot of people this Christmas who are going to drive several hours to celebrate Christmas, to turn around and drive several hours somewhere else to be with more family, to turn around and drive several hours home. Somebody does that driving, and I appreciate them. And finally, I'm really sensitive this year and happy about the new Christians. You know, every year there are people we've talked to about Jesus who make the decision to follow Jesus. And this year at Christmas, it's different for them. When people are talking about baby Jesus and people are talking about Christmas, and man, they're in church together, maybe for the first time in a long time. Everything's different for this Christmas, and I'm so thankful for that and so happy for them. So I just always want to remember a few people who, well, Christmas is just a little different for them. And so let's be aware of those and thankful for them.